Next thing in line past that is the important topic of converting the leads which are there in the form of prospects to something which are there in the form of actual leads. Means what happens as a generic scenario is that while you are using various targeting methods, you are able to get good number of people in the form of leads who would be just leaving across their name and phone number, or who would be just going ahead and sharing with you their details. But in that case of scenario, in that mechanism, there could be only a small set of them who would be actual set of qualifying leads. Now, to give a basic example of the same, let's say that you are going forward and doing your promotions for a IT related professional course, and you are looking forward for leads in the form of people who may be interested in this course. Maybe let's say an app development course, or maybe a database certification course. Now your main aim is to find people who are at least graduates or above, who are eligible to get a certification from your company and from the third party which is owning this product, and third, whom you can go forward and place in an organization for a job. So in this scenario, your ads could be seen by a very huge set of target audience. In that, there could be a 20-year-old fresher from college or a graduate who would be looking across for getting a job, and against that there could be even be a 12-year-old schoolboy who could be looking across at getting a IT certification. But in this scenario, the 12-year-old boy could be a prospect but would not ideally be turning into a qualifying lead, because he is not of that age of getting the certification, neither would it be worthy that if he completes the certification at this point of time. So this is a common scenario which would be happening in your stage of lead generation. Also, many people not sharing the correct information, or maybe someone may have just entered casual data when they are browsing across, are all the other scenarios possible. So to come across this, so as you don't get baffled across in your lead generation cycle and you are on your target, even if this scenario happens, here is a step-by-step cycle which I have tried to share through, which will help you understand that from a bigger chunk of total prospects, there will be a small chunk of them which would be actual leads, and from that qualifying leads there would be a smaller chunk which would be turning into a close deal, or ideally a sale at that point of time. So herein, the first point is in relation with our previous learnings about preparing for your target audience, in which we first define our target audience. We then target across that through various channels and mediums like social media, SEO, etc. And from that, we get a list or a database of those users or those prospects who would be turning into quality leads and finally into sales. Then when we are in that second cycle, that we have already received the details of that prospects, we need to know some kind of ratios about how a prospect can turn into a complete sale. So in that scenario, whether the business is online or offline, there would be or could be one or all of these methods which I have showcased out here under the prospect scenario, which could be used across for this process. Like, you could be going ahead and sending through emails, nurturing emails by sending newsletters, or maybe a festival greeting or a birthday greeting to them. You could be going ahead and even trying to do through some cold calling or doing through calling by communicating with them. And from this, there would be a response ratio which you may find out that maybe if you have gone ahead and communicated to 100 people, 9 out of them or 10 out of them would be going ahead and opening your email, or would be going ahead and attending your call, or would be interested in signing up for a demo or giving you an appointment or doing a healthy conversation with you on your call. So this kind of cycle could be very much possible in your lead generation mechanism. So you need to have those figures in mind, that if I am reaching out 100 people, if I take a very healthy conversion rate also, I would be getting near around 9 to 10 qualifying leads, from which there could be a sale turnover of 2 to 5 people. That is, out of every 100 you could expect a close sale in the range of 2 to 5%, being very positive. It could be going at a lower end of 1%. It could be sometimes going at a higher end of even 7%, but the average would be lying in 2 to 5%. Pass you have done the recommunication with them, pass you have even met them in person in case of offline sales like buying a new car, past that when they have turned out ready to go ahead and make your purchase of your product you are selling, and then that would be leading into a closed deal or into a sales cycle being established. And past this sales cycle, definitely you should not be closing up with them. You should be following up about what their experience is. Would they like to share a review about your product? You can be even cross-selling to them, like someone buys a car, you could be cross-selling about car insurance. You could be cross-selling about updating their car past some set of dates. You could be cross-selling them about car loans. So there are multiple opportunities at one go which you can turn out in the form of new opportunities from those closed deals. And even asking them for references, asking them for other contacts who may be interested in similar products, which could again be turning out into a new deal. So that's the complete set of mechanism, which starts with your ideal target profile definition and follows forward with your mechanism for that prospect, means that person who is a contact turning out into an ideal prospect, and then finally qualifying through into a lead. So this cycle is very important. So if you are starting across an activity, you should be comfortable with knowing the fact. It should not happen that you can expect that you have 100 contacts in your list, out of them 50 will turn into sales or 90 will turn into sales. This is never going to happen indeed. This would be ideally a wrong scenario which you are guessing through in relation with your product. And so as you don't get dampened in the way when you are promoting your product, you need to be sure about these estimated stats, about 10% turning into prospects, highly qualifying leads, and 2 to 5% turning into sales, which is an average data seen through. The next step coming in line is to go ahead and understand the various set of methods which can help us through to convert a particular prospect to a qualifying lead, or help us through in developing an effective method in which we can go ahead and get conversions for our set of data and those leads, those numbers, those contacts whom we have already gathered in our previous activity. So herein, the first and foremost one within that is about creating a compelling offer. As you can see through in this slide, there are multiple ways through which you could be reaching them, more than 6 or 7 odd ways through which a lead could be converted into a more healthily qualifying lead, which would be then turning into a customer or a sale quickly. In which this first one is related to creating a compelling offer. Means, as we know that a prospect is someone who has shown some kind of previous interest in our product or service, because he has accessed maybe a free set of data like our ebook, or maybe downloaded some white paper or infographic. he has already given us the insight that they are interested in our product. But in that scenario, they have not yet turned into a sale. So they are yet in the decision making process whether they should be going for your product or service or choosing something else. So to connect across with him or her at that moment, you need to give them a compelling offer. You need to give them a kind of offer by which they are interested to do that activity then and there. They are like in that particular state of mind that, wow, I should be doing this at this moment, or I may not be able to get this as a better offer later. So to show an example of the same, I have shared across two kind of promotion campaigns which could be used in the form of an email newsletter, or which could be used in the form of even a display advertisement, where you are first of all creating an urgency by creating a limited time frame offer, and secondly you are doing the mechanism of adding element in the form of discounts, and then finally having a call to action button that will tell the user that they should be doing this at this very moment. So compelling offers are really a great converter. Majorly, many sites are seeing people converting by getting these kind of offers done through, and it makes sure that the person at the other hand is also very much interested in the product and converts into a sale. So make sure you are using this as a part of your strategy, making across offers which have high amount of urgency shown into them, and this can show at least a minimum increase in your qualifying leads from 10 to 20% at a minimum. The next one is to ensure a call to action. You should be telling your end user that what is the next activity they need to do. Like when you're saying 25% off, 50% off, but you forget to include a buy now button, or if you forget to include a share across your details button, or you forget to include a login now button, that is known as a call to action. In digital marketing terms, past showing across an offer or in any campaign, the activity which tells the user what is the next thing they need to do, like download this free book now, or buy this product now, or register for our webinar, or maybe download our infographic, or download our white paper today, or listen to music on our site, or subscribe to our free music channel. Any of these varieties where you are telling the next action which is to be done by the end user, that is defined through in the form of call to action. You are giving or telling him or her what is the next set of important call they need to take so as they turn into a higher promised qualifying lead. So that's the second important element about call to action. Past that, there are other multiple methods as well which could be used through for the same. Like one of it is in the form of optimizing your landing page, which is related through in about how you can create a landing page which can get you more subscribers against something which can provide you less number of subscribers. So this is a kind of a cross-testing method where you need to go ahead and check two set of landing pages and know which one of them is getting you better results. Now how you can do through is that, let's say for example, we have seen a landing page example in one of our slides wherein it is a really nice landing page having all the important elements. Now let's say maybe you are having one of the landing pages in this kind of format, and apart from this you also would like to know whether there could be something even more better through which a person could be converting, like maybe including a YouTube video on the landing page together with this. So if you're looking forward at doing that kind of activity, then you need to have this element of optimizing the landing page. How that can be done through, let me show you with a simple example. Let's say that you are looking forward at testing two set of landing pages. So what you go forward and do is you create one landing page like the example I had shown previously, which is not having a video embedded into it, and then you go ahead and see what are the total number of leads you receive in a time frame of, let's say, 2 weeks. Maybe you are receiving probably just 20 leads. The next thing you do is you create another landing page, let's say landing page number 2, which has a video into it, and you again go ahead and test that particular landing page for the time frame of 2 weeks, and you see what is the kind of leads you receive from this new landing page in a time frame of 2 weeks. Let's say you receive probably 35 leads. Then this could be a kind of an basic indicator that people are converting more because of having a video being seen on your landing page. So this is just one kind of testing. You could be even trying more than 2 landing pages at one go, but always the prospects may convert if you are having a better landing page, and you should be optimizing it by doing this kind of cross testing of more than one, that is having multiple sets of landing page at one go. Apart from that, there is also some more set of methods related to it. One of it, in line with landing page, is about creating an effective form, which is related to making a form of that kind which is visually appealing and has nice set of data onto it. To show you an example of the same, let me share the particular further set of info. So herein I have opened through one of the forms on a particular site, wherein they are asking through for minimum details about name, email and phone number, and if you submit through the same, you get access through their recording training. And similarly, here is one more example in which there is a contact form where they are asking for name, email, phone and a small message, and with a contact me button. So visually this form is a bit more appealing with the details of address and others being shown, and also a chat box being integrated on the page, which can help communicate the user in a better manner. So the point by showing these two examples is that when you are using a form for capturing your leads, make sure that it is effective, and there could be even more variations from the two which I have shown, through which you can get the users connecting with you more visually in an appealing manner, and finally turning into a prospect. Apart from that, there is the other method about developing through a database of your clients. Means whichever person who is there in your name, you go ahead and enter his details in the kind of a spreadsheet, and then you go ahead and measure the kind of quality of the lead, whether it's a low quality lead or whether it's a high quality lead. To show you an example of the same, let me show through this particular spreadsheet of mine, wherein in this spreadsheet you can see that I have tried to familiarize or just simplify that concept. What you do through is you enter through the name of the lead and the details which you have captured through previously, like their demographics, their needs related to your product, the channel you are using to connect across with them, so on and so forth. And past that, you go ahead and enter that how effectively has that person responded to your different channels through which you are communicating. If you are sending an email, is he opening it? Is he or she replying to it? If you are sending a particular set of data on social media, are they replying to it? Are they a part of your fan page? Are they liking your comments or your pages, etc.? And if you are doing a call, then whether they are picking up the same, answering you, or how are they communicating with you, or they are not doing that at all. If you see a good number of no's for continuous set of times, like 3 times you called across a person, he did not reply, or 3 times you have sent an email on a time frame of 1 to 2 weeks and none of the emails have been responded to, then if you want to monitor the lead quality, you can conclude from this that that particular person is a lower quality based lead, whereas someone who has responded to you previously, has discussed something with you on chat, on call, then that kind of person is a higher quality lead. So this kind of mechanism can be developed, this kind of output element can be developed past having a database. So you should be having these entries sorted out in a clear cut fashion manner in your Excel sheet. And if you do this effectively, you can turn through majority of your prospects into lead and even classify people whom you should not be connecting with again, or connecting very rarely over a longer time frame, and focusing more on the leads which are of higher quality to you and which would be helping you get more business, or who would be turning through into a sale quite readily in some time frame. So that's an important activity about creating a database and then working across on the mechanism about how you can turn that lead into a higher or a better quality set. So that's the pointer about the qualifying prospect turning into high potential leads. The next thing, basic pointer, but something which may be useful sometimes, is about using keywords to identify more opportunities. Now, this element would require definitely some kind of knowledge in relation with PPC or pay-per-click and search engine marketing, and even some basic use of keyword planner, which you would have definitely learned through, I believe, in your session of AdWords or search engine marketing, wherein you can identify what kind of searches your prospects are doing or what people are looking for online and turning them into a better qualifying lead. For example, to show you a perspective of it, let's say someone who is looking for buying a new car may be searching across about best car with defense against accidents, or someone may be searching across with luxury cars which are bought the highest in the market, or similarly someone may be searching across how can you defend yourself in a situation of an accident on a car. So these kind of searches would be varying from person to person. Like this is one of the searches regarding defending oneself against accident. Maybe someone may be searching for guide for saving from a car accident. Now these are jugglery of keywords. These are jugglery of search terms your end user may be entering while he is looking for the same product or service, but the way in which the person who is searching is varying through. So you need to focus on what your end user is searching. The data of this is available through the keyword planner tool, which you can learn through in your AdWords or would have learned through in your AdWords session or search engine marketing sessions indeed. And from that, it is another high-end perspective which will help you turn your set of prospects into highly qualifying leads. So these are some other set of methods apart from the previous methods of using call to action and compelling offer, which you should be using all of these one after the other in a highly effective sequence, like creation of effective landing page, creation of effective form, and all of them together to make sure you have a prospect turning into a better set of qualifying lead.